Good morning, OMS. Today is Tuesday, September 15th, 2020. My name is Mrs. Crowley, and behind the camera is Bobby Knight. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. On this day in history, Google.com was registered as a domain name in 1997. That means www.google.com was created on the internet. The website itself wasn't created until a little over a year later. Remember to charge your Chromebooks at home and to bring your Chromebooks back to school. We want to make sure that you're always charging your Chromebooks at home and you bring it back with you on the days that you come into school. Also, make sure that you're checking your student emails daily, and if you haven't already joined all your Google Classrooms for your classes, make sure you join the Google Classrooms. As a reminder for our students that are in person, hallways are one-way traffic during passing times. Make sure you look on the floor. There are arrows around the stairwells and on the floor, and check the arrows to make sure you're going in the correct direction. Also, a reminder to wear masks at all times when you're inside the building. You can take your masks off during a mask break. Also, during dismissal, you want to keep that mask on, and you also want to make sure that you're maintaining distance, about 3 feet distance, arm's length distance from each other during dismissal. Cohort B students, when you come to school on Thursday, just make sure you check your schedule beforehand and you know your homeroom. When you come to school on Thursday, you're just going to go straight to your homeroom when you arrive in the morning. As a reminder, breakfast and lunch are free until the end of 2020. Meals will be delivered for remote students according to the food services delivery schedule on Wednesdays. Joke of the day. And I actually chose this in honor of my math teachers because I was a former math teacher. So, where do math teachers like to go on vacation? Times Square. Okay, Wednesday, so Wednesdays, we are remote on Wednesdays. We are not in the building, so the whole school is remote. So we actually have made an OMS Google Classroom for students. This is to help us out on Wednesdays. It's also to help you out if you're remote, if you're a remote student. That way you can go to the OMS Google Classroom and see the morning announcements. But we really want to make sure you're all joined on our OMS Google Classroom before tomorrow. So you're actually going to be doing this in your first class today. Teachers are going to help you with the code to get onto the classroom and join it if you haven't already. We're going to be posting information about the different activities and different parts of the day. Information for it will be posted on Google Classroom, including the Wednesday schedule. So we've gotten a few questions, I know, about what is the schedule on Wednesdays. So I'm actually going to share, this will be posted on OMS Google Classroom. We're going to post it by the end of today. But for right now, I'm going to show you, kind of preview with you what you're going to be seeing. So my screen should be showing my slides right now, and it's actually going to be a Google Slides that's posted. So it says Wednesday schedule for the 16th, because it is going to be, this is not our schedule every Wednesday. It's a little bit different this time around because we have a lot of beginning of the school year assemblies happening. So there's a little bit of a welcome message, and then it says find the slide for your team to get your schedule. So it shows 6th grade, and then it shows team 6A, 6B, and 6C. You might notice that to the right of where it says team, it says click here for your Wednesday schedule. If you're in 7th or 8th grade, you keep scrolling. We've got 7th grade, 8th grade. We'll be keep scrolling for 8th grade. So let's say I am a 6th grade student on 6C. So I'm going to go to the 6th grade section, and I'm going to go to the slide that says Team 6C. So if I'm a 6C student, I'm on the slide now, that's 6C. I'm going to click here for my Wednesday schedule. So I'm going to put my mouse where it says here. I click, and this little kind of window pops up, like a preview window. I'm going to actually click that, and that's how I can make it bigger. It opens the preview. And I'm going to share this new screen. So this new screen now, it actually opened in a new window or a new tab, and now this is my Wednesday schedule. It says the team at the top, so I can always triple check. If I'm on 6C, I want to make sure I'm looking at a 6C schedule. So then it's our Wednesday schedule. I've got the times on the left, and I've got my schedule. It says I'm starting the morning with morning announcements, and I can find that, it tells me right below, to go to the OMS Google Classroom for students. So that's why I want to make sure I'm on that Google Classroom so I can do that first piece of the day, because there will be a video there. Then the next part of the day everyone's going to be doing is a mindfulness moment. So mindfulness moment, we're going to be learning a little bit about that. We're going to practice some mindfulness, help us relax, calm our anxiety a little bit. But that information is also posted on our OMS Google Classroom. So we want to make sure we're joining that today. After, there is guidance and admin office hours for students. And so I would actually figure out how to get here I would just click the link. The link is right there. So I would click that link. I would actually click that, and that's how I get to my Google Meet. And so this office hours is with your guidance counselor, Mr. Colantonio, Mrs. Burak, and I will also be in office hours as well. So it's your time to ask us questions if you have any questions, if you have scheduling questions, or just how do I get around the building? I'm feeling a little bit nervous. You can join and ask us any of those questions that you have. If you don't have any questions, you can take that time, kind of think of any if you have any, and then join and ask if you kind of if you think of it a little later. If you don't think you have any questions right now, then you kind of have that time in the morning to yourself. You have about 55 minutes. Maybe work on something for a class if you had homework from Tuesday. From 9 to 9:35, we are all in nighttime advisory. So if you were here last year, we did nighttime last year. 6th graders, we're going to be doing nighttime. It's kind of a time to just get to know each other. It's not academic in the sense of you're not learning like ELA, math, science, social studies, or or anything like that. It's just a time to kind of get to know each other. Teachers might have little lessons on like talking about perseverance, or how do we relax, or how do we stay focused, different things like that. Then we have an exploratories meeting. This is for 6th grade. 6th graders have an exploratories meeting. If you're in 7th and 8th grade, you will actually have a world languages meeting. And then it says there's a movement break. So Mr. Kelly is going to be doing our movement break this week. And so you would go to the OMS Google Classroom to see the movement break. Then it follows up with 6C team meetings. So the 6C teachers will be leading a team meeting, kind of talking to you guys and about whether it's expectations or anything they've been seeing. So you want to make sure you're on the correct schedule for your team, because these are going to be like team meetings. So you're going to see familiar faces, your 6C teachers. You're going to have an hour lunch break, so it's a lot longer of a time. You get to relax a little bit, have lunch, and then you'll be back for your final meeting of the day. It's admin and guidance meeting, and so in 6th grade, it's actually going to be Mr. Colantonio and Mr. Cronin will do a meeting and kind of just let you know some of our expectations at OMS and kind of what to expect for this year. Then after that, the final kind of end of the day is from 12:35 to 2:12. It's actually our introduction to clubs and activities. So we have a bunch of different clubs and activities listed. There might be even more added as the year goes on. So these are definitely not all of our clubs and activities, but it has, we have a bunch there for you to kind of get an introduction to. If you're curious about what is this, do I want to join this? Click on the Meet link. So you don't have to, clicking on the Meet link on Wednesday for a club or activity does not mean you're committing to joining that club or activity. It just means I want to know more information about this club. I want to know more information about this activity. You do not have to attend all of the clubs and activities. If you are only interested in 1 or 2, join those 1 or 2. If you're interested in all of them, by all means, try and make it to all of them. And if you're looking at them and you're like, I don't think I see one I like right now, You don't have to attend them, but I really encourage you to try and attend at least one club or activity and to see kind of what's going on this year, what's being offered remotely. Again, it's going to be different schedules for different teams. The times might vary for different teams, so this is not the order that everybody's going to be going in on Wednesday. We have a little bit of a different order depending on what team you're in. So that just means make sure that when you are on these Google Slides that you're clicking the correct one for your team. So if I'm in 7th grade, if I'm on 7B, I would click the slide for 7B. For 8th grade, if I'm on 8A, I would click 8A and make sure I get to my schedule from there. So that's a little bit about Wednesdays. And then finally, we're going to end with a quote of the day. So quote of the day is, "The key to success is often the ability to adapt." Confucius. Have a great day, OMS. Be kind to one another and make sure to do your best.